welcome all of you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. This afternoon, a battle of two unbeatens, Texas A&M and the Alabama Crimson Tide. In the background, the familiar strains of Sweet Home Alabama. Let's take a look at what's at stake in this game by looking at the SEC West standings. Both teams undefeated, ranked 1 and 6. The winner of this game will take a lead in the chase to Atlanta and the SEC championship. But there is so much more at stake. Hi once again, everybody. Vern Lundquist, along with Gary Danielson. It's always such a pleasure to come here to Bryant-Denny. We were here 4 years ago. Some similarities. At that time, Alabama was #1. A&M is a new member of the SEC, making its first visit here, and they knocked off Alabama 29-24.
You know, this year, I think, though, the college football world, the consensus, and all of the experts thinks it's Alabama here and everybody else down here. Now, we'll see. A&M, as you said, has beat them here in this situation, but believing you can do it and doing it are two different things.
Well, how about this? The contrast in quarterback experience. Jalen Hurts, a true freshman, starting for Alabama, and Trevor Knight, a graduate transfer from Oklahoma, starts for the Aggies.
Kind of symbolizes where we are in college football right now. If you're good enough to play, you play. And if there's a way where you can play somewhere else, you go somewhere else. And that's what we got. In this football game, these two guys are the hub of the offense. Both their rushing game and obviously the pass game. One experienced, one breaking out right now as maybe one of the most valuable players in this conference. The hub, the team, the defense has to stop.
Well, how do they go about it? How does A&M, for example, upset Alabama?
You know, Vern, there's a lot of theories on how to beat Alabama. Mobile quarterbacks, get the turnovers. I think all those plans are great, but a little bit like Mike Tyson, until you get hit in the mouth, it's all about physical. Can you take the physical football game that Alabama dishes out? And A&M's got those guys that can play physical up front, because you have to match Alabama at the line of scrimmage first, because they've got a whole group of guys that play physical football, and I don't care anything else. If you can't match them physically, you don't have a chance.
Oh, your mere crowd of 102,000 people gathered here at Bryant-Denny. A&M and Alabama, so many great figures in college football history associated with these two programs. A&M and Alabama. Let's go down to Allie LaForce with Nick Saban.
Coach, you said last week after the win it was the most complete game that your team has put together. How do they build off of that success today?
Well, I think you make a choice. You either build on it or you get satisfied with it. And what we've preached all week is let's build on it and let's play with consistency. I just hope our guys got the right psychological disposition and they're not too emotional about playing this game.
You saw Trevor Knight up close in 2014. He was using his arm then. Now he's beating teams with his legs. What's the biggest threat he poses to your team?
Well, I think he can do both. I mean, we have a lot of respect for him, so we have to do a good job up front with him. We're going to have to do a good job in coverage and contain. So this is a complete team on offense, and everybody's going to have to do their job.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, there's no shortcut. That's what I think. There's no shortcut in football anymore. You have to tackle well, line up well, and do all the basics first if you have a chance.
Now the coin flip has just taken place, and while that was happening and Alabama won the toss, Allie went across and found Kevin Sumlin.
Coach, you came to Alabama 4 years ago under very similar circumstances, an opportunity to beat the undefeated reigning national champions. You came up with the upset then. How do you do it again today?
Well, you know, that doesn't really have anything to do with the day. So these are two different teams. As I said, I think we're healthy. I like where our mindset is right now, and we just got to go play.
The last time we saw you 2 weeks ago against Tennessee, the defense gave up almost 700 yards. How did you use the off week to fix that, and how healthy is Myles Garrett?
Well, the first thing we needed to do is get healthy, and then we had some things we got to fix. We're a work in progress, but, you know, we played better every week this year as a team, and we just got to be 1 week better today.
How healthy is Myles Garrett today?
Oh, he's ready to roll.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Myles Garrett, the All-American, missed one game with an ankle injury, and then he was used only sporadically in the game against Tennessee. The Aggies had an open week to get healthy. Alabama leads the series 6-2. The team split the first two meetings, 1942 and 1968. Both of those in the Cotton Bowl. Crimson Tide won the toss. They have opted to accept the football. Braden Mann is on to kick for the Aggies. B.J. Emmons and Ardarius Stewart are the deep men. This is Emmons, and he will take a knee. Let's introduce you and the cow to the Chick-fil-A starting lineups, and we'll begin with Jalen Hurts.
Well, we saw what he could do last week running the football, where he just got outside of Tennessee and there was nothing that Tennessee could stop him. I think in this game, Lane Kiffin in Alabama is going to try to find some play-action passes for him. I think he's going to feed the receivers and the tight ends.
Wearing number 2. Saw Damian Harris, the sophomore running back, who gets the start in this spot. They will use 3, possibly 4 running backs. Well, Alabama last year, of course, they featured the Heisman Trophy candidate winner, Derrick Henry. That little pass, he took a step forward. And let's introduce you to the remaining members of the Alabama offense. Robinson, his own coach said he's had an inconsistent year. He's an all-conference player, and you saw the rest of the names. 4-man rush. Hello. Damian Harris caught from behind, but not until he got to the 39-yard line.
Well, where Tennessee 2 weeks ago had success against A&M was running between the tackles. And Alabama starts off with the same type of strategy.
They go quickly, and here is Hurts. He scored on a 45-yard run last week. Looks very much like that one. And it's an Alabama first down.
Well, this is the play actually that hurt Tennessee. Fake it inside and get 2 blockers to the edge. We talked to John Chavis about it, and he said they were outnumbering him. We cannot let that happen. And what happens? The first time they run it, they get 2 guys on one and almost break another play.
Shoving match at the end of the play. Now Harris is off, and Joshua Jacobs has taken his place. First down 10. Opening salvo of the game. Calvin Ridley, left side. Up the middle, Jacobs. Inside the 15 to the 14. Defensively, this Aggie defense is giving up 438 yards. Priest Willis, they might in fact attack the corners today. There's Joshua Jacobs for the second time.
Well, you can see Lane Kiffin. He's not substituted. He's only substituted once in this game. He's going fastball offense right out of defense and system that probably brought it to this league.
Keeper, no. Deshaun Hall. And let's take a look at the Aggies' red zone defense this season. Very good.
Yeah, and a lot of those numbers were against Arkansas when they had 9 plays inside the 10-yard line to get 2 big stops. They held them to a 4-play, no points, and 1 field goal.
Second down goal. Hale Henches goes to the far side. Now he comes in, and he's a little confused as to exactly where he's supposed to be. So is Ridley. Look at Calvin Ridley looking back saying, what is the call?
They're going to take a timeout, aren't they? No, they'll let it go.
And the snap. That one flutters.
And they still didn't know what they were going to do.
No.
Nope, neither side. They wanted to save the timeout. They went with the play, and now it's 3rd and long. all of the run plays so far, very similar to Tennessee when they went away from Derek Barnett, have all been away from number 15, Myles Garrett. Now, I don't spend 100 hours in the office. That makes sense to me.
No, but you do study a lot of tape.
But
I know that.
I don't even need to study to know that.
Myles Garrett, right defensive end. That's Cam Robinson's responsibility.
Here's the bear look. 3 guys inside, 5-man rush.
They fake it to Stewart, and they wrap Hurts up at the 15.
Well, that's the formula that John Chavis and this A&M defense wants. You get a negative play on first down. Alabama tries to go fast. They waste it down, and then they get a sack on a quarterback draw, basically. On third down, they force a field goal. It's the bear front. They cover everyone, and there's no place for Hurts to go.
That brings on Adam Griffith to try the three-pointer. For the year, you see 8 of 12 with a long of 48. Cooper Bateman is the holder. 32 yards. Got it. Alabama drive stalled inside the 15, but they do get 3 points. So Kevin Sumlin's team is about to get the ball for the first time. Christian Kirk and Keith Ford are the deep men this time. Adam Griffith will kick it. He does. And it's going to be Christian Kirk taking a knee. Oh, we're going to get the chicken on here quickly, twice. Cow. Chicken.
Well, it's chicken. I mean,
Old McDonald had a farm.
That's the catch, right?
I just wasn't listening.
That's the whole deal.
Trevor Knight saved us.
He's a veteran football player.
Keep going.
That can give this Alabama defense problems, but I think the thing that A&M would love to have is at least 8 deep balls in this game. At least throw them. They don't have to complete them, just throw them. 3
wides to the left. They go to the right, and it's dropped by Ricky Seals-Jones. Offensively, well, you've met Mr. Seals-Jones. He's missed a couple of games with an injury. Ricky Seals-Jones back in the lineup, and he'll likely want to forget that play. Second down. Kirk in motion. Handoff, nothing. Trayvon Williams, Reuben Foster. Williams met Foster. Defensively, you've met Reuben Foster. How about Ryan Anderson having a terrific season?
He, Williams, Allen, 3 NFL pass rushers on the field.
3rd and 9.
Tim Williams' first play of the game, number 56 to the top, rushing right now.
Play action, Knight across the middle. That one is complete to Christian Kirk.
I don't think there's any doubt that A&M believes if they can protect the quarterback just enough that versus the man-to-man coverages for Alabama, they can complete balls.
That one good for a first down. Knocked backwards. Dalvin Tomlinson, number 54.
We've seen this so much. I remember the Ole Miss tape, watching it from a year ago. They must have batted Chad Kelly's passes down 6 times. The reason? You're throwing the short passes, and Alabama knows it. They just start going for the lanes.
Well, how'd that work out? They tried to sweep, and Ryan Anderson, we just mentioned him, made sure Christian Kirk got nothing. Big loss.
Well, this is hard to get outside for. They're so fast. I mean, as Nick Saban told Allie, we're a little different team than we've been in the past. We're a little faster. We'll see how it works.
3rd down, 14. 4-man rush. That's all they needed. Jonathan Allen. That's his 6th sack of the year.
Well, he came back. Could have been in the NFL if he wanted to. He came back to work on his technique. I'd say his technique is just fine. He's also working on a true freshman offensive lineman, Colton Prater, number 76. That's a tough matchup.
We had a chance to talk with him as we get ready for the punt, and he will be in the NFL next year. I said, what are you majoring in? Fair catch called and taken. He said, financial planning.
Good idea.
Yeah, very good. Jonathan Allen, one of the defensive leaders on this very good Alabama defense. First down 10. Calvin Ridley almost always will line up to the left side. Stewart will be the outside man to the right. Hurts goes left. Nice. Ridley. And he's after the 36. Priest Willis with the tackle.
Emergence of a running quarterback. Surprise. Alabama's using the play everybody else is using now.
Left guard into the secondary. Wow.
I'll tell you, that's a bad omen for A&M for 2 reasons. First of all, they're running between the tackle. Second of all, that's going to bait those safeties to come up and help on the plays. And what's going to happen is Mr. Kiffin's going to go right over the top of them.
You bet. Flip it out near side. Ridley looks for downfield help from Darius Stewart. He gets to the 39 and is knocked down. Go ahead,
Excuse
Gary.
me, Vern. If A&M has an area of the field that they're concerned about, it's their 2 corners, Priest Willis and Nick Harvey to the outside. They like to help with their safeties, but when you're getting run on, those safeties go, ooh, where do I help?
Damian Harris, the sophomore.
You know, you can preach to the safeties, and they're good ones. Evans, Watson, Wilson, all week. That you got to help, you got to look for the big play, but nobody likes that ball run down their throats. And all of a sudden, those guys come up to make tackles, and it opens it up behind.
First down 10 at the 20. Stacked receivers, both left and right. Now Ridley, they hand it up the middle. There's a tackle secured, but only after they picked up 6 yards. Joshua Jacobs, he's been a very pleasant surprise.
Well, you know what's amazing watching this Alabama team? Remember, this is returning national champs, okay? They have 6 true freshmen that are making contributions on the offense this year. 6 of them that are playing.
Now Jacobs hurries off and Damian Harris gets into place. Plenty of time. Second down and 4. O.J. Howard is split to the right side. Harris, look at him leave. Look at him pick up a first down.
Boy, he is sneaky good, isn't he?
Yeah.
We met with Harris yesterday, and Lane Kiffin said he's got as good a vision as he's had as any back he's had. Right there, that cut. We saw it before, and that's instincts. You don't teach that.
He's a sophomore out of Richmond, Kentucky. Hurts still has it, lobs it. Catch is made, but not much there. Here, 11th play of the drive coming up.
Well, let's see if they go at the southern.
That would be Quaylen Cunningham.
They do.
Yes, they do. And there's Jalen Hurts out of bounds with a modest gain to the 10-yard line. Let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Vern, good news for Hall. He just put his helmet back on and made his way up to the sideline. You mentioned the left shoulder injury. He was immediately able to move his fingers in the left arm and hand. He came to the sideline, did drills where he could raise his arm in full motion. He should be back in there soon.
All right, Allie, thank you. It's 3rd down here. 3rd and goal.
if it's a check with me, it's Lane check with me. It's not the quarterback. He's calling the plays.
2-1. They get rid of it. Hurts. Little pressure, and he throws it away. That was Myles Garrett. And we're going to see Adam Griffith again.
You know what this reminds me a little bit? Remember at LSU, John Chavis was the architect of that 9-6 win here when Alabama just had the missed field goals and field goals. But even in the BCS championship, until the end, he was holding an Alabama team that was dominating them to 5 field goals until the end. I mean, so this got the similar start here.
Cole Mazza will snap it back. Cooper Bateman will hold. And this is from 29 yards out from Adam Griffith. And it is good. 6-0 with 4:43 to go first quarter. 6-0 here. Alabama has dominated offensively, but they've stalled twice now inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah. It's kind of good news, bad news. Obviously, Alabama can move the ball, but 20 plays already early in the game. You know, A&M does not have the depth to make this into an 85-play offensive burst by Alabama.
Well, they made a change in the kickoff receiving core. This time, Speedy Noyle is back, along with Keith Ford. This one returnable by Speedy.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That's Mack Wilson, a true freshman, by the way. He's going to be an elite player someday. You know who he reminds me of with that hit? Reuben Foster a couple years ago. Holy cow. Now remember, helmet to helmet would be targeting. Is it? Yes, it is. And that's reviewable by the booth. Let's see if it's stopped and called targeting.
Al Ford is the replay official. No stoppage of play. I find that fascinating. Another great defensive play. That's Ryan Anderson. One more look at this hit.
Helmet to helmet, crown of the helmet, right to the face. I thought that's what's targeting.
Yeah. Well, that's two of us. Knight, they come at him from the corner.
Beautiful throw.
Yes.
Great timing on that play.
Christian Kirk.
And again, that's the belief for A&M. If they can throw in rhythm, they can complete passes. It's not Trevor Knight's game per se to throw from the pocket, but he showed that he can do it. Alabama fans will swear that he's done it once before, right?
Yes, that's when he was at Oklahoma. And he had a huge game for a Sooner defeat of this Alabama team. 3rd and 2. I don't think so. Matter of fact, I'm quite certain it's not so. Jonathan Allen again.
Yeah, he's got a matchup that he's just going to take advantage of all day. He's got a guard in the center. Look at this. They stunt right into it. Beautiful run stunt. You see how quick he delivered the blow and then moved into the next gap. Perfect call of the defense.
So that puts Eddie Jackson deep. He returned the punt for a touchdown last week. Here's Shane Trapuka.
Well, this was definitely a punt to keep the return away.
Boy, he almost broke loose. Alabama loads up the left side this time. They'll test the middle. It's Bo Scarborough, the 3rd running back, and Scarborough scored on an 85-yard touchdown run last week. Garrett on the sidelines now.
Yeah, we've heard he's healthy, but I still don't believe he's 100%. He might not be 70% like last week, but I don't think he's 100%.
2nd down. Henches, number 84, comes to the right side. They come up the middle again. It's Scarborough for the second time. And for more on Myles Garrett, let's check in with Allie.
Kayvern, Myles Garrett, the last time he came off the field, was extremely winded, so much so that he could barely stand up straight. Looks like it's taking him some time to get back in game shape after being off last week and rehabbing that ankle. Him and Hall were on the sidelines for that last play, but they said it's part of the normal rotation.
All right, Allie, thank you. First down 10. Final 10 seconds. First quarter,
Yes.
ball's loose.
And it was Dylan Mack that caused it. He is quick off the line of scrimmage. When you watch tape, he jumps out, and he's the one that caused this fumble and almost could have been a big turnover. Watch him get off the ball right here. Boom, look at that explosion. Lester Cotton had to tackle him, or he would have almost got the handoff on the play.
Ardarius Stewart recovered it, and that becomes the final play of the first quarter. Alabama leads it 6-0. We'll return to Tuscaloosa after this message and a word from your local station. Overhead view of Bryant-Denny Stadium, seats 101,000. First stadium on this site, 1929, 12,000 seats. Hurts. As we enter the second quarter, Vern and Gary with Allie on the sideline. You think Nick Saban's bothered by the fact that they've had to settle for field goals twice?
He's bothered by everything.
Of course he is. We have learned that.
There's really good news for Alabama. Their offense is working. There's some good news for A&M. They've stopped them without touchdowns, and they've thrown a couple passes. That's where we are right now.
Yeah, exactly. There's the little shovel pass.
O.J. Howard, isn't it?
O.J. Howard.
Yeah.
Now, this is a generational thing, but every time I see that, it's called the Utah shovel pass.
Yep.
And one of my former partners of 30 years ago, Lee Groscup, is sitting in Utah thinking, gosh, I got mentioned, I got popped in the bar.
If we had all these type of plays when I played, I could be a 60% passer too. I tell you, this is unbelievable.
Up the middle, Damian Harris. Wow!
He came here as an I formation tailback. The offense has slightly changed. We asked him yesterday, right, Vern, does it make any difference? He goes, no.
No.
Oh, great block by John Williams, number 73 right there, the true freshman tackle for Alabama to spring him.
That's a gain of 30 and a first down. Let's go left side. Let's bounce off a tackle and get to the 5. Jalen Hurts. Priest Willis with the stop.
Well, they're almost impossible to zero in on now. You have no idea which direction they're coming at you with this Alabama offense now. He stopped there.
Damian Harris.
I think that was Justin Evans that made that play.
Well, to hear the Alabama red zone stats for today, they've had to settle for 2 field goals, but they're knocking on the door again.
If they do throw the fade to the right, it's right into the sun. It'd be better to throw it to the left if they go to Ridley.
Damian Harris, there's the pass, and that is what an Alabama touchdown pass looks like. O.J. Howard on the receiving end. Nine plays, 88 yards. It took all of 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Adam Griffith for the extra point. And it is 13-0. First touchdown scored in the game.
Well, everybody handled the ball on this one. Harris takes it up the middle. Great blocking upside. Lester Cotton got another block I did not see the first time. And then the quarterback, Hurts, runs to the left, and you come back with O.J. to the right. That seems like a good strategy to me.
13-0 here. And a game that has been dominated by the Crimson Tide thus far. There's Speedy Noyle, who took that helmet-to-helmet hit.
Right. He doesn't exactly know where he's going.
Justin Evans is the deep man. At the goal line. Another one.
Same guy. Same guy.
Okay.
I think Kevin Sumlin would take getting to halftime right now. He's got the ball. I think if he could yell across the field to Nick Saban and say, you want to call it right here, I think he'd do it.
Going left is Keith Ford.
If they could put points up at the end of this half, remember they get the ball back to start the second half.
Yep.
Hard to drive long against this Alabama defense, though.
They do have all 3 timeouts left. Left side. Keith Ford again.
Big first down. Big first down right there. Now that makes Nick Saban not use his timeouts. He's looking at field position and go, I'm going to play this conservatively. I'm not going to take a timeout and let them kick a late field goal on me.
13-0. Play action. Knight goes deep left side. In or out? It is.
That's a big guy, though, isn't it?
Complete. Ricky Seals-Jones.
He dropped the first pass of the game. Does he get this one? Ooh, I don't know. They called him in, but that's got to be reviewed.
First down 10 on a 25-yard catch. Ford goes left. He's been the primary ball carrier here in the latter part of the first half. Keith Ford with his 6th carry. Reuben Foster with the tackle.
Every time Trevor Knight thinks that he might do a running play, he sees an Alabama player assigned to him. They know how dangerous he is.
1:38 to go in the half. Adjustment defensively. Eddie Jackson comes up. Here's Knight, quick behind the receiver, and he was open. It's Travion Williams.
Yeah, and that was Ryan Anderson in coverage. Ryan Anderson is a defensive end who peels with the running back. But, you know, he was recruited, I think. Where is he? Right here on this play? Yes, in the middle. He was recruited to Alabama as a middle linebacker, but he plays all over the field. He's not the tallest player, but he's really effective coming around the corner.
3rd and 5, 3 receivers right, covered by 3 defenders playing up close. Keep it on the ground. Great tackle. Wow.
Now, what do you do if you're A&M? What do you do? You got 4th down here. 13th, too far for a field goal. I think you just got to, if you give him the ball, though, if I was Kevin, I'd go all the way down and make my decision now. I'd be in no hurry. I'd even take a timeout with 1 second to go.
And they've got 3 full complement of timeouts. It's 4th and 2.
You don't need the time if you make the first down if you're A&M. You could go all the way down to the end and decide what to do. He ran it out very nicely here.
Trevor Knight. Great run by Trevor Knight.
Well, we just saluted this Alabama team for always covering the quarterback. And on this play, a bust. There's always a player assigned to the quarterback when he can run like Trevor Knight.
A 27-yard gain for the Aggies. First down and goal, 45 seconds remaining. Keith Ford alongside in the backfield. Knight into the corner.
Got it.
Touchdown! Josh Reynolds.
That's those 50-50 balls, and if there's a safety net that Trevor Knight feels comfortable going to, it's his veteran receiver, Josh Reynolds. All he does is catch touchdowns and first downs. He's had 25 receptions coming into the season. 19 of them have been either a first down or a touchdown. That's number 20.
How about that drive? First catch today for Josh Reynolds. Daniel LeCamera will attempt the extra point. It's good. But we have reached halftime. 13-7. Now it's time for Inside Access, presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the SEC. Here's Allie with Kevin Sumlin.
Coach, just when it looked like nothing was going your way, your defense comes up huge with a stop in the red zone. Trevor Knight brings the team down to score. What did those last 2 minutes mean to this football team?
Well, it's the way we've been all year. I mean, these guys aren't going to give up, and we're going to keep playing. May have found something offensively there at the end. We start with the ball. We need to get it rolling in the second half. I think offensively, they're a good defense. We got to pick our spots and take some shots here in the second half, and get some points on the board.
How will the Wilson ejection affect this defense?
Well, I don't know. We haven't given up a point since he's been out. I mean, he's a very fiery guy. I feel for him in that situation. He's playing hard. But the decision was made.
Thank you, Coach.
Right.
Yeah, what they found is they got to do a few more 50-50 balls. They worked on the one to Ricky Seals-Jones and to Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, the Reynolds was for the touchdown. And that is the end of the first half. 13-7 Alabama. Now let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio. 13-7 as we get set for the third quarter. Moments ago, our Allie LaForce had a chance to chat with Alabama's Nick Saban.
Coach, your defense held A&M to just a score, yet it's still a one-possession game. How do you separate yourself in the second half?
Well, we got to take advantage of red zone opportunities and score in the red zone. I mean, we kicked 2 field goals and missed one. Had an opportunity at the end to get another one and jumped offside. So, we just got to execute. We got to do our job. We've given them some stuff on defense by making mental errors. We got to tighten that up. Just play better. I mean, no scoreboard. Let's just go play.
Thanks, Coach. Vern, just go play.
Yeah, I mean, you get inside the red zone if you're Alabama 4 times and no touchdowns, on 4 opportunities like that, and you only get, 13 points, 300 yards and 13 points.
And here is the kick from Adam Griffith. This one will be taken by Keith Ford. And he drops to a knee. It'll come out after the touchback. Well, it was a kind of strange last couple of minutes in the first half.
It was. I mean, that last drive, I think one busted assignment on that Trevor Knight run, but the plays, A&M made the plays. I mean, everybody's talking about, Alabama's great, and they are good. I mean, they're good. But you just got to keep playing. And I think that's what A&M goes into halftime now saying, it's a football game, and it's going to be a dogfight. At least that's what they believe.
From the 25. Right side, Keith Ford. That's Ford's 8th carry. Travion Williams, who came in as the leading rusher for the season for A&M, has carried it 5 times for 5 yards. Second and 6. High snap. Yes, it sure was. It's Keith Ford, though. He's running loose. And he's more than picked up a first down for Texas A&M. Eric McCoy having trouble snapping that ball back.
Yeah, that's not unusual. If you watch the tape of A&M, it's been a struggle, not every play, but it's been a consistent struggle with the shotgun snap.
Gain of 14. Knight gets around the corner. That was Jonathan Allen, who claims he was held.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Might have an argument there.
Knots the acronym for non-offensive touchdowns. Look at this. Alabama through 7 games already with 11. 4 fumble returns for touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Here's Knight. He goes to the right side. And he's got another running first down.
No,
I'm sorry. I just saw the chain go down.
He would have if there weren't for 2 penalties there.
Thank you.
But a positive play. Now here's been the problem. 3rd and long against this Alabama defense. They've not been able to slow him down. Free play.
So he goes deep. Double coverage. It's caught. Jeremy Tabuyo.
Well, he made up for the offsides, didn't he? This time, Alabama jumps. Trevor Knight knows he's got a free play. And he says, I'm going to throw it downfield. I don't care if he's covered or not. And he throws a strike. Another chunk play for the A&M offense.
A gain of 33. So they overcome 1st down and 20. Corner blitz. Knight off his back heel into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Christian Kirk. And the Aggies are within an extra point of taking the lead.
Hey, this is bad vibes for Alabama. Those same fade passes that Trevor Knight did for Oklahoma, he did this against them, throwing it right down the chimney. Good coverage, but you cannot stop a perfect pass. You shield him, and Christian Kirk does a great job matching up against the safety and making it count as a touchdown.
Daniel LaCamera with the extra point that would give the Aggies the lead.
Well, it's 3rd and long. You figure Alabama's going to force a tough pass. They get it. And then you get the wheel route and a perfect throw. What a nice play. He knew where the ball was going. He had Kirk on Ronnie Harrison, a safety, and he threw it right down the chimney.
Braden Mann will kick off for the Aggies. Darius Stewart will bring it out. Left side, incomplete. Intended for Calvin Ridley.
Well, the way Alabama ran the ball early in this game, one wonders why they're not, running Damian Harris, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously they got a young quarterback. They have, 2 great pass rushing ends, and they had success running the ball early in the game. Lane has chosen to stay it more wide open.
2nd and 10. Sidearms it. Miller Forrestal was the intended target. 3rd and 10. Gary Dieter, number 11, goes to the left side.
And Dylan Max back in the game over the center, and he is quick off the ball, right over the center.
Hurts, rolls out.
Oh, it's going to get roughing the passer, automatic first down.
Sean Washington.
It looked like he just shoved him, but he got him to the face.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, contact to the face mask.
Yep.
Number 33 defense, 15-yard penalty.
And remember,
Automatic first down.
A&M would get the ball here.
Yep.
Sean Washington just tries to shove Jalen Hurts. Gets off the block, and it hits him right in the face. If you're a head coach, you just got to be shaking your head. You just got to be going, guys.
Composure.
It's hard enough to beat these guys when you do it. Now listen, everybody's trying to play as hard as they can, but A&M had to stop there.
And instead, Alabama's got a first down and 10 at the 50. Trailing by 1. Left side.
I got to believe that Alabama's going to test to see if they can start running the ball again.
That's the 11th carry for Damian Harris. And he has now reached 100 yards in the ball game.
Only one time have they been successful in getting Jalen Hurts on a design run outside, and that was early in the game as well.
Second down 5, 14-13 Aggies. 3 wides. This is a design run all the way for Hurts, and it doesn't get very far. Fumble. Aggies think so.
They called it down.
Looked like Claude George recovered it after Sean Washington forced it.
Let's see. Knee down,
Yep.
ball out.
Yep.
Good call.
And it's 3rd and 3. Roll out again for Hurts. Got a man open. It's Ridley. He's got a first down. Inside the 40.
Well, that's what Jalen Hurts, if he could just keep his composure like we always talking about it. Ridley goes one way and then just slides out. A pick by our Darius Stewart. Turns around, does it nicely. Does it with his rear end. He doesn't block anybody. Get a little scrape to the outside.
First down 10. Pressure from Deshaun Hall. Hurts. Look at him.
A lot of space now.
Yes. They got Garrett on the block. And Jalen Hurts gets inside the 35-yard line. Priest Willis.
And what will happen on this play is Myles Garrett had to cover so much territory running one direction and then going back the other as he's out of gas. They're going to lose both Myles Garrett and Deshaun Hall on the play. They're going to have to take them both out for a rest.
They'll still step behind the line. It's Damian Harris. First down, Alabama.
And what happens again, as good as those two guys are rushing the passer, they're just as effective for the defense of stopping the run. That's how important they are. We saw that against Tennessee with a 75% Myles Garrett.
Here's Harris again, near the 20. Otaro Alaka, number 42, makes the tackle. Second down 5. Blitz. Jalen Hurts to the 5. Knocked out of bounds with a first and goal for Alabama.
Boy, this was well blocked. I'll tell you, you got a big outside rush. Inside, you've got the guard in the center pinning the tackle. Cam Robinson barely had to block Myles Garrett on the play. That was a perfect quarterback run call there.
First down goal. 19-yard run for Hurts. O.J. Howard to the left side. Hurts with a stiff arm. He lost yardage. Myles Garrett was the first man there, number 15.
Yeah, last time he was playing pass. This time, let's see what he does. He's got O.J. Howard, I think, in the matchup. He runs right through O.J. Howard and then through Damian Harris to force it wide. And then the safety, Armani Watts, comes up to finish the play off. Give half the tackle to number 15.
Look at this. 5th time they've been inside the red zone. They've got 1 touchdown and 2 field goals. Lob it out. Got it. Ridley touchdown. And there's a flag that has just been thrown on the near side.
It might go to Darius Stewart.
Result of the play is a touchdown. After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 13 of the offense.
It was Darius Stewart outside the field of play that kept blocking, and I don't know what else happened. He kind of got lost in the crowd, but it's going to be post-touchdown. This actually was Jalen Hurts, one of his nice touch passes of the day. If you hit Ridley in stride, he has a chance to get there. If you throw it behind him, he has no chance. Gets him in stride. Darius Stewart keeps fighting, but then a little bit of entanglement at the end that we didn't see right there.
Nick Harvey was involved defensively.
And remember, this drive would have been stopped without the quarterback hit hands to the face.
Extra kick is good. 20-14 to 6:33 to go third quarter. And after the penalty, the ball back at the 20. Keith Ford at the 23. And he motors out to the 37. Well, Gary, take us through what we discovered.
Sorry, Darius Stewart. We did find this play. We're going to show it. This is exactly what happened here. The end of the play. Good effort. Good effort. Linesman's right there. Watch this. Taunting. He's got his eyes right on him. He's watching it. Slapping right in his face. He's going to call it.
So the Aggies get it back, trailing by 6. There's Stewart. First down 10. Knight fumbles it. He's being chased. Gets rid of it. Throws it directly into the A&M bench. Deshaun Hand was chasing him.
Well, you know, there has been one interception in the game by Trevor Knight, but for the most part, he hasn't had the bad plays and just enough good plays. You know, that one run before the end of the half and a couple deep balls. That one was perfect.
Had the big run about which Gary was just speaking. That was on 4th and 2, a 27-yard run. Right now it's 2nd down and 5. The Aggies trailing by 6. Handed off, broken tackle, and Keith Ford powers his way. Those high snaps are becoming a regularity.
Well, when I put acrobatic, I meant as a thrower, not as a catcher. And he has made a lot of good catches of the center snap in this game. Remember, Eric McCoy is just a freshman as well. He redshirted a year ago, but he is, they got a true freshman at left guard and a freshman at center.
A little trouble with the chain. 3rd down and 2.
And like it snapped, it almost snapped in half. I think it was Reuben Foster that was at the end of the play. Yes, he kicks it and kind of snaps in half. Watch this. Yeah, I thought that's. We need a new chain. I'm sure Alabama will have plenty of extra equipment.
Chain has been replaced. 3rd down 2. 2:06 to go third quarter, and the Crimson Tide in quest of their 20th win in a row. Last loss was here against Ole Miss, 2015. And they're holding on to a 6-point edge. Ford, broken tackle, and bangs his way for a first down to the 46. Jonathan Allen missed on the tackle.
Well, we've been seeing Trevion Williams, number 5, as the ball carrier, but in this game they decided they needed more size, and Keith Ford has been the leading rusher in the game for them with attempts. He's got 11 rush attempts.
And 67 yards is a quick flip. Oh, that blew up. That was Kristen Kirk saying hello to Marlon Humphrey, number 26.
Nobody does it better than Alabama on these short plays. They aggressively try to take the short passing game away so they get their their defensive line time to get there.
Knight fake, chased. Got him! Tim Williams. 5.5 sacks for the year for the pass rush specialist.
Well, what happened? Alabama stopped the short play, so what does A&M try to do? They try to fake it and go long. Alabama says, no way. So what happens? Nobody to throw to? You're going to get a sack. You don't have time now. Should have been thrown away. Give me a big play. Don't give me a bad play.
What do you got? 3rd and 26. 4 wides, 3 to the right side. 4 down linemen for Alabama. Knight goes backward, chased. Jonathan Allen! Touchdown! He had a 75-yard fumble return earlier. It is another Knots. And Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the season.
Incredible. I think it was Ryan Anderson that caused the play. You know what else, Vern? It was another high snap sooner or later, but watch Ryan Anderson blow it up, and there's the turnover belt. Jonathan Allen's 2nd touchdown of the season.
It is a high snap.
Coming off the left side, it's Ryan Anderson that blows it up, scooped up. Coming out, watch Ryan Anderson, hits it. Ford drops it, and scoop and score. Incredible string of non-offensive touchdowns. They go for 2.
Ridley. Hurts. Goes deep. Knocked away. A 30-yard fumble return.
Vern, it was a nightmare from the start. High snap and an edge rusher. High snap, edge rusher, blown up by Ryan Anderson. I think Ryan Anderson had the sack that Deron Payne scored the touchdown against Ole Miss in that game. That's another caused touchdown by Ryan Anderson.
Knots, the acronym for non-offensive touchdowns. 2 of them now belonging to the wonderfully gifted defensive end, number 93. There's Justin Evans. 1st down 10, now 26-14. With 16 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Ford. That's his 12th carry.
We were talking with Jonathan Allen yesterday when he visited us, and I go, how come 2010 team had complacency, but this team doesn't seem to have it? And he goes, a lot of the players on this defense didn't play that much last year. We're wanting to show what we can do. We're hungry.
That's the end of 3 with the score 26-14. We'll return to Tuscaloosa right after this message and a word from your local station. We begin the 4th quarter. Bryant-Denny Stadium, the top-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide against the 6th-ranked Aggies of Texas A&M. 26-14 with 15 minutes to go. 2nd down, 7. Trevor Knight. Takes the direct snap, 4-man rush, fumble, loose. Knight chasing after it. It goes out of bounds.
If there is a scouting report on Trevor Knight, is he's loose in the pocket with the football. This time, it just slips out of his hand. I mean, it's happened to everybody who's played quarterback, but he smartly bats it out of bounds to save the play because it could have been disaster again.
Yeah, it really was alert. That's a loss of 7. It's 3rd and 19. On 3rd and 26 at the end of the 3rd quarter, fumble returned by Jonathan Allen for Alabama. They'll go left and punt. Deron Payne with the tackle. And that brings on Shane Trapuka. Eddie Jackson back to returning.
Alabama may have a couple small weaknesses. Maybe Jalen Hurts in the pocket, but their strength covered up everything in the way they turn the ball over.
Jackson with room. Oh my goodness, what a special teams tackle. That was Sean Washington flying to catch up. For just a second, you thought, can he do it again? Sean Washington said, no, not this time. Battle of unbeatens, and this game was dominated by Alabama early, but they had to settle for field goals the first 3 trips inside the red zone, and then O.J. Howard caught that pass. But the Aggies retaliated with 14 consecutive points. This one, Trevor Knight to Christian Kirk. 14-13 at that spot. And then this wonderfully timed pass to Calvin Ridley. 14-play scoring drive. And just most recently, Jonathan Allen rolled in with a fumble return. The 10th straight non-offensive touchdown. And you saw the graphic, perhaps. That is the most in 20 years. How do you account for it? Or can you?
Well, they're well coached. They now are in a feeding frenzy. They want to score touchdowns. Their desire is, and as we've said many times, they have good football players. And when they get their feeling, especially when you get vulnerable in a long yardage situations, they start to make plays. They look forward to that part of the football game. You know, I think without that one play by Alabama to score, the defensive return of the fumble, I think A&M's saying, okay, fourth quarter, got it into the 4th quarter of this game, but now they got to be careful to not let this thing get away real quick. Tremendous field position, and Lane Kiffin could call any play right now.
O.J. Howard starts in motion to the right. Here's Hurts. And the play call is the quarterback's keeper up the middle. Let's take a look at the end of that punt return. Eddie Jackson.
Yeah, it was the old necktie tackle. Remember those?
Oh, gosh.
I don't know if he, I have no idea whether it is hip or leg that bothered him on the play. Something, obviously, when you're on the golf cart, it's not good.
Up the middle. Allie, what you got?
Vern, they're actually taking Eddie Jackson back to the locker room as we speak. He is not able to put any pressure on that left leg. That's all I know for now. I'll keep you posted.
Oh, that is an All-American being carted off. Wow.
Right, and that is one of the potential weaknesses for this Alabama team. They do not have the depth and numbers in the secondary that they've had in past years. Injuries would really step this team down.
First down 10. Nice cut. What a beautiful play. Now he comes to the left and looks for blocking help, and he is in for the touchdown.
Well, Jalen Hurts, this was not a called play. This was a pass. It's not there. He sees the opening, which is fake. One fake, and then right at the end of the play, Kelvin Ridley gets the last block. Watch him. Goes low, gets the last cleanup block to put Jalen Hurts into the end zone.
Well, that was good for 37 yards. Jalen Hurts, this one had a 45-yarder against Tennessee.
The crowd was chanting Eddie, Eddie, as he was going off on the cart.
That is a sad thing to see. Well, you had the fumble return, and here's the extra point.
But I think that blimp thing was more important in the long term.
In the long term, yes.
Exactly.
It certainly was. Well, a little celebration. Jalen Hurts, freshman from Channelview, Texas. Adam Griffiths with the kickoff. Christian Kirk will bring it out. Got a chance for a big return. Out of bounds at the 35. And Trevor Knight coming out wearing number 8 for Texas A&M.
Yeah, interesting story evolved this week for Alabama. I'm going to show you Blake Sims against Texas A&M. Now, why would we show you, by the way, Myles Garrett in this game, why would we show you Blake Sims in a highlight against Texas A&M? There's a reason. Because I'm out at practice Thursday, and who is the scout quarterback wearing number 8? Blake Sims. All week, he was the guy that gave the picture, being Trevor Knight.
And his presence, here's the pass at the 50-yard line.
Throw.
Josh Reynolds, and they'll hurry up now. That participation by the graduate is allowed, approved by the NCAA. Occasionally, graduate students can come and participate.
We asked Nick about it, and I go, how did you know that rule? And he said, we got a guy that knows all the rules.
He said, I've got 6,000 assistants.
That's right.
Every one of them has.
We got a guy.
They're in charge of something. Knight had to throw that one, and it was caught by an Alabama player sitting on the bench.
Well, he didn't score with it.
No. That's Ross Pierschbaker. Nice.
Right.
Didn't have to move.
This was a... Pierschbaker's going, can I get a knot? Well, at least I get a hand.
Yes. Handoff left side. Travion Williams. Well, we mentioned the Aggies' remaining schedule. See, they were open prior to this week, and those games, New Mexico State, Mississippi State, I think Ole Miss is a threat.
Yep.
LSU. Handoff into the secondary. First down. Travion Williams. Moves the ball to the 30.
I really think a score by A&M will help their cause here.
There's Myles Garrett. Fascinating young man. Interested in so much other than this sport.
Yes.
First down at the 30. Almost intercepted, is it? Ronnie Harrison dived for it. It's ruled incomplete.
I'll tell you, Hootie Jones did a great job. In the olden days, before targeting, he would have destroyed this player. Instead, he went for the body with his shoulder. He didn't go down. He didn't lower the crown, and that's the effect of the targeting call. That player could have been severely hurt, and now it's just an incomplete pass, and what the people with the targeting rules are trying to make our sport safer.
2nd and 10. Wow. Ball carried down to the 25. Bussey is the ball carrier. Kendall Bussey, number 25. And it's 3rd and 5. 2:45 to go.
It's just so hard to retreat when you're a quarterback because the rush comes up the middle. Alabama's playing nice, soft zone coverage, but when you retreat because of good coverage downfield, those outside defensive ends are going to pin you. You have to climb the pocket. You got just speed coming off the edges. You can't outrun them.
4th down and 18. Second sack of the game for Tim Williams. Knight, ball goes over. Deshaun Hand got this one.
Well, they consider Deshaun Hand a starter. He doesn't get as many reps, but again, it's Ryan Anderson now giving Tim Williams a blow, and you bring in another guy that goes around the edge and forces the sack to one of his partners. Right now, Kevin Sumlin's looking at his football team and say, okay, we lost the game. We cannot lose a season. There's a lot to play for. We can win the rest of our football games, and who knows what can happen for A&M. Who knows? Not likely, but who knows?
Saw the graphic, 5 sacks today. That's 1.2 above the average. Bo Scarborough.
Smash him up front. You know, we showed the top 10 there, and what's really interesting, Vern, is the Ohio State, Clemson, and Alabama right at the top right there, okay? In the last draft, Ohio State had 12 players taken, Clemson 9, and Alabama 7. Can you say reload?
They do it about as well as anybody in college football. I'm just looking around here. It's a 19-point game.
Yeah, everybody's here.
Everybody is still here. There's some in the upper reaches, but boy, they do love their football.
Well, they haven't had a lot of home games this year.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they want to enjoy their product.
Look at this. We haven't gotten the final crowd count, but it was in excess of 100,000. 33-14 the score. Aggies call another timeout. Pretty good defensive effort yet again by Alabama.
Yeah, and like you say, this is an explosive offense they're playing. That's how good this Alabama defense is.
Less than a minute to go. Bo Scarborough again. This time the tackle is Myles Garrett.
Just to give you an example, in this game, A&M rushing yardage and passing yardage. Prior to this game, they had run and pass for 200 yards in every game. Not today.
33-14. Nick Saban still coaching or advising. Open week for Alabama next week, and then they go to LSU. Mississippi State, Chattanooga, and the Iron Bowl, which will be here this year. Here's Scarborough.
Yeah, with an improving Auburn team that's got a chance to come in here with a hot winning streak. Alabama gets a bye, and LSU.
Jalen Hurts, 93 yards on the ground, 166 throwing. Kevin Sumlin, Nick Saban. Let's go down to Allie, who's with Nick Saban.
Coach, congrats on the win. This was just a 6-point game at the half. What set this team apart in the second half?
Well, I really liked the way our players responded in the second half when we got behind 14-13 and A&M went right down and scored on their first possession of the second half. So great competitive spirit on our part to come back and dominate the game the rest of the way.
Once again, you head into November undefeated. What has impressed you most about this football team?
Well, we've gotten better every week. There's certainly things we need to continue to improve on, but I'm really proud of this bunch. This has been a tough stretch for us, They've persevered very well. We got a week off now. We got to regroup and try to improve for another tough game coming up against LSU.
A lot of people are concerned about Eddie Jackson. We heard the fans chanting Eddie as he was carted off the field. What do you know?
I can't tell you. I don't really know. They took him in an x-ray and I hadn't got the results of it, though.
Coach, enjoy the week off and congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, compelling football for 3 quarters, and then the Crimson Tide broke it open. For Gary Danielson and Allie LaForce, I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from Tuscaloosa. The final score, 33-14. The Jeep postgame show up next. And that's coming up right after these messages.